Did you know 2025 might be the most explosive year for martial arts cinema yet? From hand-to-hand combat to edge-of-your-seat survival, this year has produced fights that feel as real as they hurt. Today, we'll dive into the top 10 martial arts movies of 2025. Expect explosive action, emotional punches, and stories that hit harder than any uppercut. By the end, you'll know which fight films deserve your weekend. Before we jump in, which fighting style do you think dominates 2025? Comment below and let's dive in. Number 10. Diablo. Directed by Ernesto Diaz-Espinosa, this lean thriller stars Scott Adkins as Chris Chaney, a former enforcer who kidnaps the daughter of a powerful gangster to reveal a secret and right a terrible wrong. Marco Zaror plays the merciless El Corvo, a figure from Chris's past who will not let the debt go unpaid. The movie is taut, with every fight serving the chase. Street brawls, narrow alley confrontations, and high-stakes hand-to-hand duels that feel lived in rather than choreographed. Each strike carries weight, physical and moral, reminding the viewer that actions have consequences. The story isn't about winning, it's about surviving long enough to make amends. Diablo lingers because violence is never just a spectacle, it's a reckoning. Number 9. Ziam. Directed by Kulp Kaljaruk, this Thai action horror film stars Mark Prince Suparat as Singh, a former Muay Thai fighter, and Nicha as his girlfriend Rin, with Vila as the child survivor buddy. When a zombie outbreak erupts in a hospital after contaminated fish, Singh must rely on his discipline and instincts to navigate blood-soaked corridors and protect those he loves. The Muay Thai fights are raw, brutal, and grounded, each blow born of necessity. Despite the horror, the film is anchored in character. Singh's courage, Rin's resourcefulness, and Buddy's innocence shape every action. Ziam is a survival story that tests strength, heart, and instinct in equal measure. Number 8. Mantis. Directed by Lee Tae-sung, this Netflix thriller stars Im Si-won as Hanol, a former assassin who vanished from his organization, and Park Gyu-young as his former sparring partner Jae-yi, drawn back into a deadly world. Jo Woo-jin returns as Doc Go, a legendary killer, forcing Hanul into confrontations he once thought he left behind. The fights are precise and intimate, choreographed to reflect years of shared history, counters, clinches, and rapid exchanges that feel sharp, almost insect-like. The emotional stakes elevate the action, showing that trust and betrayal are as lethal as fists. Mantis thrives on tension and technical mastery, making every confrontation a study in skill and human complexity. Number 7. Fight or Flight. Directed by James Madigan and starring Josh Hartnett as Lucas Reyes, this action thriller throws a former agent into a high-altitude nightmare, a plane full of hired killers, a hacker with vital secrets, and no room to hide. Charithra Chandran plays Isha, whose motives slowly reveal themselves, complicating the mission. The fights are tense and improvised, elbows into tray tables, grapples in cramped aisles, and scrambles where instinct dominates technique. It's less about elegance and more about survival. Hartnett's weary determination grounds the chaos, turning a conventional action premise into a study of trust and courage under extreme pressure. Fight or Flight is about staying alive long enough to do the right thing. Number 6. Love Hurts. Jonathan Eusebio directs this darkly comic action drama starring Kei-hee Kwan as Marvin Gable, a retired hitman trying to live quietly, and Ariana DeBose as Rose, who brings his past crashing back. Daniel Wu and Mustafa Shakir play figures tied to unresolved debts. The fight scenes are grounded and chaotic. Knives in backrooms, domino fall brawls in suburban houses, each blow a mixture of survival and regret. Underneath the action, the story explores vulnerability and reconciliation. Every strike is tied to lost time, apologies unspoken, and the difficulty of trusting again. Love Hurts proves that love can survive bruises, and that the hardest fights aren't always physical, they're emotional. We're halfway through the countdown, so here's your challenge. Which 2025 martial arts movie do you think will stand the test of time? Drop your prediction in the comments below. And if you're enjoying the breakdown so far, tap that like button. Every click helps the channel grow and brings more fight film fans into the community. Want more high-impact action picks? Check out our playlist of top martial arts movies of all time. Hit the on-screen card and continue the journey right after this video. Number 5. Demon City. Directed by Seiji Tanaka and based on Masamichi Kawabe's manga, the film stars Toma Ikuta as Shuhei Sakata, whose attempt at a normal life is destroyed by gang violence. Waking from a 12-year catatonia, he navigates a neon-drenched, crime-infested Tokyo to exact revenge. The fights are visceral and practical. Bare-knuckle brawls, timed ambushes, and desperate scrambles that prioritize realism over spectacle. Tanaka uses shadow, silence, and careful framing to emphasize tension, letting each strike speak to Shuhei's internal trauma. Demon City is a story of personal reckoning, revenge, grief, and resilience, where the city itself is both stage and adversary. Number 4. Prisoner of War. Scott Adkins stars as Wing Commander James Wright, a British officer captured during the Battle of Bataan. Directed by Louis Mandylor, the film places Wright in a POW camp where survival depends on hand-to-hand combat matches orchestrated by his captors. Alongside Peter Shinkoda and Donald Cerrone, Wright endures brutal tests of skill, endurance, and willpower. The fights are sharp, grounded, and relentless, each strike a battle for dignity amid dehumanization. Beyond survival, Wright inspires hope and resistance in his fellow prisoners. Prisoner of War shows that courage, discipline, and morality can endure even in the harshest conditions, making the physical fights carry profound emotional weight. Number 3. Kung Fu Rookie. Directed by Aman Ergaziev and starring Timur Bakhtibayev as Timuchin, this Kazakh action comedy charts a young man's journey from naive enthusiast to trained fighter. Early fights are awkward, clumsy, and humorous, with improvised weapons and pratfalls revealing his inexperience. As Timuchin trains under seasoned masters, the choreography grows cleaner and more intentional, blending acrobatics with grounded combat. The film balances fan service moments with a sincere coming-of-age story, showing that skill comes from patience, humility, and repeated failure. Kung Fu Rookie is not about natural talent. It's about grit, growth, and learning to fight while staying human. Number 2. Karate Kid Legends. Directed by Jonathan Entwistle, the film stars Ben Wang as Li Fong, a young martial artist navigating rivalry in New York, with mentorship from Jackie Chan as Mr. Han and Ralph Macchio reprising Daniel LaRusso. Training sequences and sparring sessions are central. Traditional kung fu techniques meet modern karate, each movement reflecting discipline, legacy, and moral growth. The fights are precise and meaningful, blending character development with action. Lee's journey isn't about trophies, but learning to honor tradition while forging his own path. Karate Kid Legends shows that mastery and courage are inseparable, and the greatest victories come from integrity, not the scoreboard. Number 1. The Martial Artist. Shaz Khan writes, directs, and stars as Ibi, an impulsive MMA hopeful whose ego traps him as much as any opponent. The film traces his fall from rising star and his 4-year struggle of self-destruction before he reconnects with a mentor, Dada Farhan Tahir, for a messy road to redemption. The fights are filmed unflinchingly, uncut, close, and raw, highlighting MMA's intensity without polish. 2 championship bouts feel earned. Minor brawls push the plot and reveal character. The martial artist is imperfect but heartfelt. Growth is messy, resilience is the prize, and real victories happen inside as much as in the ring. 2025 has shown just how powerful martial arts storytelling can be. These films didn't rely on flashy punches alone. They delivered emotion, grit, culture, and character, proving that every strike carries a story. From the sharp precision of Diablo to the chaotic survival of Ziam and the heartfelt struggle of the martial artist, this year pushed the genre into new territory. And the evolution isn't slowing down. The next wave of martial arts cinema is promising even bolder choreography and deeper narratives. So if you're craving more epic countdowns, hidden gems, and legendary fight films, stick around. The action doesn't stop here. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a knockout video.